Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today we have the culmination of a project that came together way quicker than I expected to. So right about now, up there, you guys should be seeing a little card that you can click on to go watch my disassembly and initial modification of this knife. So go do that. We'll wait. Or you can wait till the end and watch it. It'll also be the suggested video at the end. I don't care which order you watch them in. It doesn't really matter that much. But if you want to see this knife in its more stock form, go see that. So I used to have a ZT0393. That's what we're starting with, the Zero Tolerance 0393 GLCF, which stands for glow-in-the-dark carbon fiber. You guys know I've already said I don't really care much for glow-in-the-dark. I think it's kind of silly because yeah, you can find your knife if it's glowing in the dark, but it's usually in your pocket before it falls out, and so it's not glowing, so don't really get it because you have to have it charged up, and it only lasts about 10-15 minutes tops, and then it goes away. I checked it out, charged it up with a really bright flashlight, let it sit there. It was gone in 10 or 15 minutes, glowed bright as hell for those first 5 minutes, and then just kind of faded out. But I liked the look of it other than that, and the glow-in-the-dark carbon, we will show these scales a lot more, but in detail when I get to that part of it. But yeah, they look like carbon when they're not glowing. So in their inert state, they look okay. So I was kind of all right with that. I used to have an 0393, and I did like it quite a bit. I had the Stonewash Sprint Run one, the 0393 SW, because I did not like the look of the regular one at all. The original 0393 when it came out, I don't know what the colorway is for the production one now. I think it is the GLCF actually is the colorway for the production one now. But the original had blue liners and a half-coated blade, and I just thought it was hideous, and it was not my jam, and didn't want it. But I do like Rick Hinderer designs, so I really wanted to try one. This is based on his Eclipse model, and when the SW came out, I got it, even though it was in that weird time last year of when ZT was doing sprint runs that were less expensive and lesser steel than the production regular ones, which was kind of odd to me. But I liked the look of it. It did come with S35VN instead of 20CV like this one is. And I liked the look of it, but in my mind I was always thinking, it's not as good as steel as the regular one. I put an MXG Gear deep carry clip on it, and I really did enjoy it, but I sold it, and didn't miss it a ton, but I kind of always thought, yeah, the GLCF looks all right despite the glow-in-the-dark, and they weren't charging more for it than usual. They're $280 is the usual price for an 0393. I will say, yes, as of right now, when I'm recording this, they're on sale everywhere because ZT has lifted their map prices due to the virus situation, which is very great of them to do. So you can find them a lot cheaper right now. So if you like this and you want to grab one and do the same thing to it, you can save yourself some money. I've seen them like $225, like $210. So have a look around for those. But I wasn't really in a hurry to buy one, and then one of my buddies wanted me to do some work on some knives for him, and he said, hey, I can pay you in a knife. Here's some choices, and this was one of them, brand new in the box, 0393 GLCF, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll take that. I can maybe do a video with it or something, and I didn't know if I'd wind up keeping it or not, but I thought, yeah, I'll take that one. So I got it in pretty short order, and then I did the little disassembly video that again was up in the corner or at the end if you want to wait that long, and was gonna put a different clip on it, and the detent was a bit weak, so I wanted to tighten up the detent a little bit, and you can see all that in the video. It did give me a fight taking it apart. Had to heat up that pivot had all the Loctite on it, so had to heat it up with a soldering iron to get it to come loose, but it did come loose and everything came apart. After that, it was pretty easy, except I was going to put that aftermarket clip on it. I had an MXG Gear Extra one that I thought would fit. It did not. I'd forgotten that back in the day when I had mine, the aftermarket clip from ZT came with a little, from MXG Gear, sorry, came with a little spacer on it, so had to raise it up. But I had to change the pocket clip because this is the standard pocket clip, and it just doesn't look good on a $280 knife. Now this is more than a $280 knife. Just no, that didn't look good. I didn't want that at all. So in the middle of the video, I realized I was like, crap, it's not gonna fit. I guess I'll have to order another one. Oh, wait a minute. This is a Hinderer design. It takes Hinderer parts, like not all of them, but it takes a lot of the Hinderer aftermarket parts. And I was like, I have lots of Hinderers that I've that I've swapped pocket clips on. I've got an extra one. So this is a genuine Hinderer pocket clip. Looks a whole lot better. I like the stone wash, kind of setting off the stone wash on the liners. They match almost exactly the same. They look really great. And then as soon as I turn the camera off, I realize, oh, wait, I have an extra filler tab as well, because this is the regular filler tab. It's black, which is fine. And some people might like that better because it blends in with the carbon more. Again, I like it because it sets off, the liners. So I put that on. And then I was talking to, my buddy at Sharp Dress Knives about some scales for another knife, another Hinderer actually, and that he's going to be custom making for me. And I said, hey, what about your 0393 scales? Because they are a lot different. And I've heard, nothing but good things. So this is what the scale usually looks like. So it's going to be hard to see. Again, you can see what it looks like originally in that previous video if you want to go look at that, or pictures all over the interwebs, but it does not fully cover the liners. It's just hard to call this a liner. It's really a frame lock with some overlays, but covers the frame, the liners, whatever you want to call them. And it doesn't fully cover them. And I've never had a problem with them ergonomically, but I'd heard that these are much more comfortable and blah, blah, and they just look better. So I said, what about some marble carbon? He says, I have that. I have to make them, but I do have the material. I'm like, okay, cool. I want those. They're $109. Pretty reasonable price for, really, really nice marble carbon. I previously had a set of his scales there, or I still do. They're on my Spyderco Smock. I have the micarta ones, which are even less expensive. These are like $69, something like that. They're very inexpensive. Sorry if I'm getting that price wrong, man, but yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, they're really nice looking. They dropped right on, milled perfectly, went on just as easy as the stock ones. This was no exception. They went right on super, super easy. If you want to see how to do a scale swap on these, you can watch that disassembly video. You can kind of figure it out from there, because you do have to completely remove the pivot in order to do it. But they look so good. They make a huge difference in it, the way that it looks. They make a gigantic difference in the ergonomics. They really do. Like I said, I never found the 0393 to be horribly uncomfortable, but now it's just better. It's just better. I'm not sure about the comfort of the Hinderer clip. I can feel that ramp just a bit that I didn't feel on the standard one, but it just looks so much better. I don't care. It's not enough to be like objectionable, but it's just really comfortable in the hand. My hands it fills my hand a lot more. It just feels better. And they look so pretty. They just look so pretty. So now it's about $60 for this clip and backspacer set. I already had them, so I didn't spend anything. But if you don't have them, it's $60, $110, and $280. So now I've got a basically $280 plus what's that? $389 plus 60. Yeah. 400 north of $400 ZT, basically, if you were paying retail for everything. Luckily I did not. Got this knife in a trade for some work, and I already had the clips, so the clip and everything, so I don't have that much into it. But yeah, if you did all this, it would not be inexpensive, but you would have one that's completely your own. But after I put all this stuff on, I thought, man, this thing looks pretty, and now it's technically a very expensive knife. I don't think that edge looks good enough to go with that. I was going to start taking some pictures for Instagram, and I just thought, no, I should do something with that edge. We're all locked inside right now. Again, it's late March 2020. So busted out the old Viper Sharp, went to work on it. I thought, I'm just going to make the factory edge shinier. I didn't really want to reprofile it or anything. So I did that. And then I put it on Instagram, and I made a little video, and it looked all right. In the videos, it just looked, yeah, like a slightly shinier factory edge, but I wanted it better than that, and I got bored again last night, so I went at it again, and it's still not perfect mirror, but it's close. Again, I stuck to the factory angle. I didn't really feel a need to change that, but it came out pretty good. I'm trying to get it on here. Focus. There you go. It's not a perfect mirror, but it at least matches the price of the knife now. So I do like that a whole lot. I'm going to use this thing. So if I went super mirror and spent another hour on it, it would have gotten scratched up in the next couple days anyway. I've already used this edge since I did it. I already used it this morning, cutting open cat food packages, which is my primary purpose in life at the moment, it feels like. Yeah, I really like the way it came out. I do. Is it way too much money to have invested in a ZT? Yeah, probably. If you spent full retail on all these parts, it probably is. It's just a silly little project, but I do think it looks very cool. And a lot of people really like having, you know, their own knives kind of customized to them. And it is something that I'm getting into quite a bit recently, doing scale swaps and things like that. I think it's just boredom of being in my house, but dyeing scales, that kind of stuff. I am going to do a video soon. And I have another set of scales coming, like I said, and once I get those, I have 2 sets of scales coming, one from RC Blade Works and another one from Sharp Dressed Knives. And when those get here and I do those swaps, I am going to sit down and do a video of all my modified knives. I think you guys will enjoy that. So as much as I modify, I don't do stone washes or anodizing or anything, just mostly part swaps and dyeing scales, but that'll be coming up. But yeah, it is a fun just little thing to do to pass the time, and it can just kind of refresh a knife that, like, the 0393, I'd had one and I sold it, didn't really miss it. Another one found its way to me, and then just making these changes has made it like a whole brand new knife, and it's a lot of fun to do. So hope you guys have enjoyed this and enjoyed looking at this pretty thing. I'm going to enjoy looking at it and carrying it. I'm going to put it right back in my pocket as soon as this is done. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one. Stay safe. Wash your damn hands.